Naptown, the city that always sleeps. Most people think nothing happens in this town that is halfway between nothing and nowhere, but they would be wrong. There's plenty that goes on in this town for those willing to look. Having made their way to the casino, the crew tries to uncover a few more leads before leaving the boat. Will Detective Tanner and Seamus be able to uncover something big through their gambling? Will Faye notice any weird magic going on? Can Darley find a different avenue to get information? The odds seem to be in their favor, but odds are a tricky thing in the city that always sleeps. Where we last left off, you guys had gained access onto the Spinning Gold Casino, which is a riverboat casino that consists of 3 separate riverboats. Darling has managed to find her way to the auditions after charming a poor, sad casino worker who keeps getting yelled at. Faye and Tanner are tailing a gentleman whose luck seems to have run out. And Seamus has come into possession of a magic coin. So, who would like to go first?
And what time is it? It's before 7, right?
It's about 6, I'd probably say.
Okay.
Right around 6, 6:15.
Cool.
What game is this guy playing? Is it poker? Is that what we decided?
I don't know if I said last time, but I'm going to say it's poker now.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just watching this guy. I want to make a perception, or can I make a investigation check to see if I can, discern if anything whimsical is going on?
Yes, go for it.
Okay. Private investigator and truths that are unseen?
Okay, does that allow you to see magic like Seamus or no?
No, it's not specifically that it sees magic.
It's like Sherlock Holmes deduction, yeah?
Yeah, it's the idea that, or it's truths no one would speak. I'm specifically looking for things that are intentionally hidden.
Okay.
Is my idea with that. Gosh, okay, does rolling off your desk not count? What's our call?
I always pick it back up and re-roll it.
All right, we're picking it back up, and dang it! I should have gone with the desk roll. Okay, that's a 7.
So technically, you get questions, and because investigation is weird, but you want to know if you see anything weird going on.
Yeah, how many questions do I get?
Equal to your power.
Okay, so I get 2 questions. So the first thing I want to know is anything magical targeting this guy as a victim.
You see no person targeting him with magic.
Is there anything? Does he possess anything magical?
How would you be able to tell that?
Like he's fingering something in his pocket, not a weapon, or he keeps he has a tick that he keeps touching something.
Or he touches something magic and then magic happens.
I just don't know of a way that you can say that that's magical.
That's fair.
If I have a tick versus if I'm pulling from a magical amulet, they could manifest the same way, and how would you know one's magical and one's normal?
Because I have a magical ability to see hidden things.
I just literally asked you if it detects magic, and you're like, well, not really. It's stuff people are trying to hide.
Well, if it would not highlight magic if someone was obviously doing magic in the public eye,
okay.
But if someone was trying to hide magic, I would be able to find stuff that is hidden. It doesn't have to be magic, but it does not exclude that, I would say. But, I'm not, it's fine.
I see what you're saying. You do not see anything that looks magical either being done to him or being done by him.
Okay.
That does not mean magic isn't happening, but there's not someone obviously chanting or there's not
somebody casting magic.
Right. You look around and you're the only person really watching him.
Okay. I want to go sit down at the table.
Okay, you do that. You don't have chips, Tanner.
Faye will give him chips.
Okay.
I'm going to lose some of these. Not all of these, but I'm not gonna be winning, just so you know.
It's for research, Tanner. It's fine.
Exactly. You get it. You understand.
Yeah, Faye, I think, is going to sit with a drink close by and keep an eye on the game, kind of like Tanner was.
Are you sitting close by, or are you sitting, right behind Tanner? Are you,
if it's not weird, I'll be closer. I don't know if this one has an audience. Because, some games, there's people who aren't playing who are just watching.
Yeah, no, it's not weird.
If there's, other people around, then she'll be there to kind of affect things if need be.
So when I sit down, the first hand, immediately I'm just, checking through the hand.
Make me an investigate check. You're not gonna get questions about like questions equal power, but I need a roll of some sort, so
5.
5.
Yes.
Seems on the up and up. You were dealt a poker hand.
As I go and I lose that one hand and just lose however many chips it is, just checking through the hand. I look over at the guy that's down on his luck. I've heard this place has got a habit of turning people's luck around, but I'm not finding that. I swear I started with a stack of chips up to my chin, and here I am feeling lightweight in the pouches, if you know what I mean.
I would agree, but it can always turn around. I'm just waiting for a good hand.
Right? I look over at the dealer. So, you dealing us good hands today? 'Cause I'll level with you. I'm getting kind of desperate here. Rent's come due. You know what I mean?
He just shrugs nonchalantly. It's a game of chance, mister. I don't determine who wins and who loses.
Well, maybe you know someone that offers lessons. See, I've always heard it's a skill game if you know what you're doing.
I just deal the cards, mister. I don't play it.
Well, that's fair, I suppose.
Something about peeing where you work or something like that? Or peeing where you eat?
I'm becoming concerned about gambling here.
That's a saying.
Yeah, it is, and you screwed it up.
I did. Mixing business and pleasure and all that, I really don't gamble much. I see enough of both sides to know that I do not need more of it in my life.
All right. See a lot of weird stuff being a poker dealer?
I see a lot of big wins and terrible losses, and I'm good.
What's the best win you've seen so far? At this point, I'm just still checking through hands. I am not playing the game, really.
What do you mean by checking through hands?
He's just looking at the cards to see if they're magical.
No.
No matter what anyone says, all I'm saying is check.
Yeah.
Do you raise or check? Just check.
Yeah,
Okay.
Basically checking means you don't bet, and then if there is a bet on the table, he folds, immediately.
Okay.
Yeah. If it ever gets high, I'm folding. If it's just everyone goes around and says check, I'll stay in that hand.
Okay.
I'm conserving chips.
Okay, sorry. Checking just also means something in the rest of the world.
Yeah, I guess I knew that since I've played poker, but not everyone has.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. No, I don't mean I'm looking out for things. I'm trying to just talk to this guy.
I understand now. So.
I am betting bare minimum.
He gives you a high but reasonable amount for the low tier gambling that you guys are doing for the 1920s. Zach, the DM, has no idea what that is.
Wow, he won a whole 25 cents. Amazing.
It's like the equivalent of going in to it and a person won $1,000 or $2,000 in the low, when you're betting $5.
Yeah, I get you.
That equivalent. I don't know what that is in 1920s money.
I don't know if there's anything else I want to get out of this guy, honestly.
All right.
I just want to look more and more dejected and flustered and upset. Every time I lose a hand, I'm just oh man, wife's gonna kill me. Kids aren't gonna be able to eat. Gonna have to sell the house. My car's in the shop.
Do you stay until you exhaust phase chips?
No, definitely not. I would probably only stay for 4 or 5 hands.
Okay, so as poorly as you were doing, the gentleman who was doing bad next to you, keeps trying to bet with bad hands.
He keeps overextending.
I'm just making it worse.
Yeah, you're having you're having middling hands, as you do in a lot of poker games. He's having bad hands and trying to bluff his way through, and it's never working.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he keeps trying to bet on 2-7, which is the statistically worst poker hand.
Is there someone at the table doing really well right now?
Not particularly.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just get up and leave.
Yeah.
I'm done.
People come and go.
Yeah.
There's not someone who's just winning everything.
Sure.
And the gentleman next to you is having bad hands, but not statistically improbable hands.
Yeah, he's playing poorly. It doesn't seem like he's getting cheated.
Yes. And looks like he's running he has a bad run of luck, But I've played poker and that happens.
I think at this point, Faye is going to want to be sure to get off when they dock, which will be around 7.
Okay. Do you want to talk with Tanner at all before that?
Yeah. I was just gonna...
Okay. But we'll switch over to Seamus. And I'm assuming, darling, are you pairing up with Seamus?
We went separate directions initially, because I went upstairs and she went to the bar.
Okay. I didn't know you stayed on the first... I thought you stayed on the first floor, so you're good.
I might have been first floor, but I went, immediately to one of the tables, basically.
Okay, Seamus, you have a magic coin in your or a magic poker chip in your possession.
Yes. So I'm going to pocket that one coin and cash out the rest.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to find the rest of the group, basically.
All right.
Who do I find first?
For the fun of it, I'm going to say Darling to keep you all in the scene.
Okay.
Or you could find Tanner first, but he's in the middle of a poker game, so you're like, better not.
Yeah. So, Darling, I think I found something.
Oh yeah?
I was playing some blackjack, and I found this chip that seems to be a rift.
Oh.
And he shows it to her.
Darling takes it and looks at it, but there is nothing that she can do to investigate this.
Yeah, I think we should take it back to the Mystical Grove and have it checked out.
Oh, absolutely. I think that would help a lot. Unfortunately, I have no idea what to do with this. And she hands it back to him.
Yeah, but I figure this is our best lead that we've got so far.
So, almost on a subconscious register in your brain, Seamus, like, as Darling takes it, you, like, tense up just the smallest bit. It's not enough that it, like, sets off alarm bells in your head, really, but when you get it back, you do kind of, like, notice, like, you feel a little bit more comfortable, and you don't really like giving it up.
You said it was, like, some subconscious, so do I notice that logically or not yet?
I think it's not quite subconscious, but I think it's a little bit too far for you to be like, the rift is causing this, you know?
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's kind of like the idea, like, you know, when you pick up something like a cool rock, and you're like, I like this rock.
Sure.
You know, like on a hike. Or like you go on a hike, you pick up a stick, like, this is my walking stick
walking
now.
Stick, yes. This is my walking stick. There are others like it, but this one is mine.
Right, I mean, it's kind of that feeling, but a little bit less even so. It's more, like, subtle.
Did the same thing happen to me when I handed it back to him?
No.
Okay. I think before we go and find everyone else, I do want to go back up to the bartender.
All right.
And Darling's going to lean across the bar.
And press her boobs together.
I was going to say that.
It's what she does.
And she's good at it, damn it.
So, I don't know how many people you see coming around the casino here. I assume you see most of them because, you know, you're out here with the alcohol. But have you seen anyone who looks like this? And she gives Lucia's description.
I don't remember their voice at all. I can't say that I have. I see a lot of people that come around, but haven't. Her face doesn't seem memorable, doesn't seem to stick out, which doesn't mean no, but, you know, the way you describe her seems like she'd stand out a little bit more.
Oh, yes, she's definitely the type of person to stand out. That's all right. I was just trying to see if she'd come around.
Not a problem. If I see your friend, I'll let her know you stopped by.
Oh, thank you so much. Oops.
Of course, Zach's throwing us under the bus with that one.
Forever and always.
Right, that's it.
All right, so you guys are all milling about as the boat begins to dock, or starts to come to dock. So you guys have a few minutes to talk before Faye wants to raven out of there. What a way to get around the city, though, by the way.
So I catch Tanner and Faye up on the coin as well.
Can I just use that to try to gamble? Like, do we want to try it? I don't know. Like...
I figure we probably better have the guys back at the Mystical Grove take a look at it.
You know something? We have them as a resource, and it is sound reasoning to use them instead of randomly trying to handle and use a magic object.
But what fun is that, Tanner?
Do I feel that again when I hand it back to him, I assume?
Yeah.
Like when I hand it to him? I'm trying to figure out at what point do I notice it and notice the pattern?
It hasn't been gone long enough for you to really feel the tension from it.
Okay.
You know, someone's been holding it for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Darling looked at it, handed it back. Tanner looked at it, handed back immediately. There wasn't, like, any doubt you're getting it back.
You're in a high-key scenario.
Yeah, did anything happen differently when he suggested we use it and get rid of it?
You tell me, did you feel panicky? Someone's taking your walking stick, Vinny. Are you upset?
I'm like taking your walking stick and slapping it on things and saying we should throw it away.
Cody's like, we could make this into really good firewood. How do you feel about your walking stick?
Yeah, I mean, I feel if this is how the magic works, yeah, I probably wouldn't See, that's the thing is I don't know how the magic works. You gotta tell me that.
I feel like your response of him saying like we should gamble this away, and you're like, well, maybe we should take it back to the Mystic Grove was an appropriate way to play it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, you're not biting my head off, but you don't want to do that.
Tanner, did you glean anything from the poker table?
I'm bad at poker, and so was that other guy. I think that's what I gleaned. Also, the dealer, I think he pees here. I mean, that makes sense, but I don't know. I don't think he was the all-star quarterback, if you know what I mean.
No, I really don't know what you mean.
What I mean is, there's a best horse in the Kentucky Derby, and he's not in the Kentucky Derby.
All right, then. Well, I found out that there is an audition for entertainment, and supposedly the owner of the casino, Mr. Ortman, will be there. And so I'm thinking I might be there too.
Well, best of luck. I will be heading off at this docking because I have a date with Ewan. So if you all want to stay, that's fine. I'll catch up with you later and we can discuss.
Oh, yes, we will absolutely be catching up later so we can discuss that.
I think she might have been talking about discussing the case.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about right now.
I gathered that, darling. We can definitely discuss. Anyway, Faye is gonna head out. Raven.
I was waiting for it.
So I just I guess, because Faye drove us here, but then she left as a Raven, so are we driving her car back?
Did I drive you here?
I thought you guys took Tanner's car.
I thought we took Tanner's
Or did
car.
we take Tanner's
Yeah.
car? Okay.
Yeah, it's like a tag. It's like a part of who I am. Guy with a car.
So personally, I think I've had enough of this place for tonight. I think we've got a solid lead and can always come back here tomorrow if we need to.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was anything else. I think we need to not be on this boat. I think this might be the boring boat. I feel like High Roller Boat might be in order, but I also think we're probably going to have to talk to Faye about that.
I mean, the chip I received does say VIP on it.
Maybe you can give that to them to let you onto the boat, you know?
Yeah, I guess we can find that out.
I guess what we can actually do is go back to the Mystic Grove and see what that coin is.
All right. So as Faye flaps around the city,
Flap, flap.
the other three of you make your way back to the Mystical Grove. So you guys are back there. It is evening. It is a little more bustling than you usually see it when you go there at 5 or 4 in the afternoon. But it is not swamped.
I'm gonna show the coin to Sylvia.
Well, this is not usually my expertise, but I will see if I can figure anything out about it. Make me
I thought she had helped us with stuff like this before. Was that just Lennox?
Well, she helped us specifically with like a drink.
Right. She's a bartender.
Oh, okay. Then I would have gone to Lennox. For some reason, I thought she was part of that.
I mean, Lennox is a chemist, right?
Right. Lennox is a physics person, so the people you have recruited currently, this is not in their wheelhouse, but they also do have more powers that they will try to help you, and I'm not going to give you nothing for this.
Oh, okay.
I'm just letting you know the information is going to be more incomplete, because Sylvia is 1,000% a bartender, and her powers are drink-related, and that's why she was so helpful last time.
Gotcha.
It's because
okay.
you brought her a mind-controlled drink, and she is someone who can actively negate drink effects.
Okay.
Her hangover cure is great.
Yeah, I know it's not your area of expertise, but kind of not sure who would be able to identify this.
Okay, Seamus, I want you to... Or she takes the coin and goes into the back area, like behind... What is it called? Like the kitchen area of this place that you guys never see
backstage.
ever. Right, that's all I could think of, and I'm like, this is not Disney World. So she goes back there. Seamus, I want you to make me a mythos roll, so you'll add +2 to it, because you have 2 mythos themes.
Oh, okay. That is a 9.
At this point, you realize that you have a feeling of tension, but I don't think you You
don't understand the causality.
You kind of like think it's like, oh, I really want my coin back, but you're not like, oh, this coin is affecting my mind.
Gotcha. It's more like, man, when's Sylvia going to come back with my coin? Not, oh no, my coin's gone.
Well, yeah, so like you're starting to piece it together. You're not like clueless because but it's just like you're feeling more worried and you're starting to understand it a little bit more. But it's still not like, oh, this is a bad thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Since you're taking the lead on this, Seamus, can you roll me an investigation check?
Yeah. What can I use?
I'll give you just a flat +2 for it for the people who, since there's 2 people working on it.
Okay.
And this will determine how well they do trying to research it.
8.
It's not great. After a while, Sylvia comes back out and she puts the coin back on the table, slides it back to you. Well, from what I can tell, it seems to be something that alters luck in some fashion. I can't really tell better or worse, and that's about all I can tell from it. I usually am more in the realm of drinks and liquids and beverages, so this is a little outside my wheelhouse, and Lennox has the day off and also is more tinkery, and this is just a poker chip. There's nothing weird inside it, so I don't think he would be much help.
As soon as she slides the coin across the table, Tanner's gonna reach over and grab it and just go, oh, so we should go back and try to gamble with this.
That's up to you. I just work the bar here.
I mean, what's the worst case scenario, right? I guess I get struck by lightning. I don't know, Seamus, what do you think? Want to go spend some money?
Could have your other arm bitten off by a dog.
Don't joke about that. That's not funny. That's not... We don't make jokes... You know how I feel now. You know how I feel about that. Why would you just bring that up for nothing? And at this point, like, Tanner kind of throws the coin, like he's just in such a huff.
Seamus is going to go retrieve it. It's so hard to play this when I'm not sure how conscious all this stuff is. Like, am I able to piece it together when I get it back this time? That it's like a massive relief.
Make a roll for me.
Adding anything or just straight?
Just straight.
5.
You're glad to have your coin back.
Okay.
Tanner's idea about spending that coin sounded dumb. Anything else I can help you two with? Any drinks?
Is Tanner still yelling at this point?
I think Tanner would just be like, yeah, no, thank you. Good dog joke.
I want to make sure you're taking this luck thing seriously.
Yeah, turns around, walks away. Bringing up a dog. Messed up thing to do, bringing up dogs.
Darling follows Tanner and is trying to calm him down.
Yeah, but why would she just bring up a dog like that?
I don't, just let it go. It's all right.
Thanks for your help, Sylvia.
Anytime. Anything else you guys would like to do at the Mystic Grove before we flip to Faye?
I think we probably want to wait for Faye to actually plan anything.
Well, yeah, I think he's going to flip to Faye for her date.
No. I agree. I'm saying we probably don't want to, like, sit around and talk about it.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know if this will get me anything, and if it doesn't, that's fine. I think the only thing I might want to do is just go and, like, sit in my car in the parking lot of the Mystic Grove and just see if someone comes out with, like, bags of money and gets struck by lightning. Like,
you mean sit outside of the casino?
Yeah.
Make me an investigation check. What tags
Well, it doesn't matter, Zach. It doesn't matter because I rolled a 3.
So I'm going to take your question in the most literal sense. No one is carrying cartoon bags of money out, and no one is getting struck by lightning, and that's exactly what you're looking for, because you're still very upset about the dog thing, where it just, like, cycles in your mind, like, why would anyone say that? You know, where you're just, like, grumbling and not really paying attention, just spacing out, like, grumbling about it the whole time.
Yep.
Are you guys meeting up with Faye later than tonight, or is the plan to meet up a different day?
Probably in the morning, because, I mean, she's going to have her date.
Okay, well, I didn't know. And you don't want to impede how well it goes?
No, Darling's not going to be spying on her while she's going on her date.
No, I wasn't saying that. I was just saying you didn't want to interrupt her.
They don't want to have, like, an end time for it. Oh, I freaking realized that, like, Faye's the only one who works, like, a 9 to 5. So meeting in the morning is fine for everybody, but Faye has to get up super early. Anyway, that's fine.
Also, work is very busy this week for Faye.
I know.
Booked meetings all day, every day. So where are you going on your date, Faye? Where would be a place where date 7 or 8 that someone would take Faye to?
I got one word for it, respectable.
No. I have to interject here. This is only date 7 or 8 in the 4 months since they've met.
It's been like 2, I thought.
3 or 4.
Oh, it's 4. Okay. Date 20 for Faye? I don't know.
20?
Wow. How often are you going out? How much do you like this
once
guy?
a week. Once or twice a week.
Date 16.
Okay.
Well, 20 is not unreasonable if it's once or twice a week. 4 months is 16 weeks.
Okay.
After a normal amount of dates for the time given, a not strange,
A completely average number of dates. I think it's a place that we've been to before that's pretty fancy and has like a nice view of the river.
So it's fancy, but not too fancy, but not too not fancy.
Yes.
So you didn't have to fly far then.
Not terribly far.
So your arms aren't tired.
My arms aren't tired. I think it's like a couple, the level that we're on is a couple stories up. There's like soft piano music playing, dim lights, nice view of the river at night.
So you guys have nice chatting as your food is served. It is a nice establishment. It's like wrought iron, like the pretty wrought iron.
With the curly cues.
Yep.
Sorry, Ewan. I got held up at work and you know how art is and yeah, I'm so sorry.
Actually, I don't, Faye. You don't tell me a lot about yourself. You just say you work at a law firm and we make fun of rich people a lot.
I mean, it's not that exciting. Art makes it seem glamorous with the way he walks around and talks about being in a courtroom, but I do a lot of paperwork. I write briefs. I feel like I'm good at it, but I don't feel like it's romantic dinner conversation. Your job is so interesting. What did you do at work?
Faye, I've told you many, many anecdotes about my job.
Dr. Pun.
The sole sum of what you've told me about your job is that you write briefs, you work at your dad's former law firm with your brother. None of these people who I've met.
Are you saying they don't exist?
No, Faye. I'm saying you should open up a little bit more with me.
Oh, okay.
We've been dating for 4 months now. What is that? 16, 25 dates?
Well, okay. What do you need to know about the law firm?
I don't need to know anything. I want to know about you, Faye. I want to know about your life. You're interesting. I'm not just attracted to you because you're good at making fun of rich people.
I am good at that, though. I have a lot of experience.
And let me tell you, it is one reason I am attracted to you, but not the reason I am attracted to you.
Well, tell me more reasons you're attracted to me.
Faye, you're dodging the question. What do you do in your downtime? Tell me one hobby. I'll trade you one for one. Everything you tell me about yourself, I'll tell you something I'm attracted to you about. That was a bad sentence. Something that I find attractive about you.
Okay. Guys, I don't know what Faye does.
I just in my imagination, like, tell me what you do in your hobby. You like close your eyes and just see like Tanner screaming and punching something in the face.
Yeah, I imagine running into a burning building or running out of a burning building with Lennox Willis. I imagine
Raven,
and you're like stamp collecting,
shape shifting while hanging out with Darling at the jazz club,
making out with a random person while shape shifted in someone else.
Right. Gosh, I forgot about that. Yep, not a hobby she can relate in this moment.
I'm assuming Faye has stopped doing that, by the way, right?
I think so, yeah.
No, still catfishing.
Just for extra practice. Well, you have to promise not to tell my mother, but I do like going to jazz clubs.
Which ones?
Well, I have a friend at the Silver Chatterbox.
Is that the name of the jazz club or the speakeasy, Mandy?
I think it's the whole place.
Both.
Okay,
We said
I couldn't
both,
remember.
Yeah.
Faye Cameron, isn't that one with a speakeasy? He gives like mock.
Right,
You know?
yeah. I could never say.
I don't know if I could be seen with a woman who's been to a speakeasy.
Well,
You guys met at a party with alcohol.
right, yeah.
for reference.
Yeah. No, I know he's teasing. Well, I think the idea is not to be seen there.
And you call yourself a lawyer, a defender of the law.
I feel like sometimes we pick and choose that a bit. All right, your turn.
I am very attracted to how dedicated you are to your job, your friends, maybe your hobbies. I'm still unsure on that one. Your hobby is going to speakeasies, so I don't know how I feel about that one. But you seem very committed to your job. Have you told him about Darling or Tanner or Seamus?
I think she's mentioned them in passing, like the way she just did, like not necessarily like relaying everything by name, you know? But I think she'll say, like, oh, I got lunch with a friend who's a private investigator, you know, I met through the law firm, like that sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
He doesn't, like, know them by name or anything like that.
Oh, yeah. I was curious how much of your mundane, extraordinary life you've shared with him.
Yeah.
You know, because you're friends outside of just your order business with everyone.
Yeah. Well, that's very kind of you.
So I gotta think of another question now.
I mean, we can end the scene there.
Okay, so your dinner continues on for the next while. You have a nice dinner. How much do you continue to open up, or do you still play it kind of cagey?
I think she plays it kind of cagey. I think she's jittery because she just ran from work to the Mystical Grove to a magical riverboat casino and then flew here. So, you know, the whole unwinding thing is going slowly.
No, that's fair. I was just curious. So, like, for him, getting answers out of you, it's like pulling teeth for every question.
Yeah, and I think she covers it by being flirtatious.
I think she thinks she covers it by being flirtatious.
She tries to cover it by being flirtatious, yeah.
I think that's a better way of putting it. So you end your evening, and he offers to drive you home.
Okay.
Do you accept that?
Yeah.
Well, because, like, how did you get here?
She had a driver. She's rich.
Yeah, or I walked. I walked from work. I came in a little sweaty. He didn't mention it because he's a polite gentleman.
Well, he drives you back to your apartment and gives you a nice goodnight kiss.
Yes.
But as he's leaving, he says, Faye, I really like you, but you're going to need to learn to open up a little bit more with me. It's hard because I feel like I don't really know you. You seem nice and driven and caring, and a whole bunch of other things that I find attractive, but I don't think it should always be so hard to get a straight answer about how your day was. Other than, you know how art is, haha.
Well, I like you too, Ewan. I'm not...
How about this? How about you, this weekend, you introduce me to your family?
Do you really want to ruin your weekend like that?
Any weekend I spend with you is a good weekend.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we can do that.
As Zach just realized he's told himself that he's role-playing a scene with 4 NPCs.
Yo, I was about to say that. It's like, I'm just waiting for Zach to talk to himself for half an hour.
Yep, that's a thing I just did by accident. Felt like a good raising of the stakes in the moment.
Yeah, we can meet my family this weekend. I'll let my parents know.
All right, just let me know when.
Okay, I'll see you later.
He gives you another kiss.
We're so cute.
And then heads off. Faye is at home. Faye, you're done for the night. I'm assuming you're going to bed because you've had an exhausting day.
I have a long day, yeah.
Is anyone else doing anything? Or are you all just heading back to your respective apartments?
I think after I kind of struck out on finding someone, like, Tanner wouldn't go back to his office. He would just, like, go to Darling's.
Okay.
Like, he's fully given up on work. It's not what he's doing.
Yeah, I think Seamus just goes home.
Darling, I'm assuming you're heading back?
Yes. I think Darling is trying to figure out what her next step is, so she goes back to her apartment.
So what time are we all meeting back here tomorrow? I asked Darling and Tanner before we split.
Well, I think Faye has to work, so I imagine really early.
Or you guys can meet tomorrow afternoon. That is the other option.
Well, what time does the casino open?
Midday. I think I said 3.
Thanks God.
We saw a sign. We remember. Midday.
I thought you were asking me, honestly.
I guess, yeah, the morning. Besides, we need to definitely give Faye a tiny amount of grief about her date, you know.
You all head back to your respective houses for the night and try to get a good night's sleep as you finally once again have work with the Order, which for some of you gives your life meaning.
Question, do Darling and Tanner actually sleep?
I think at this point, yes.
No, wait.
Depends on how insistent Darling is.
Back on the docks, dressed in a fancy black dress and a long coat, stands Lucia. After a few moments pass, the VIP casino docks and she makes her way on board. Hey Wanderers, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Naptown Chronicles. If you want to hear more content from the Wandering Gamer Network, you can check out the Wandering Gamer Network website. We also post Let's Plays that we do on YouTube under the channel Wandering Gamer Network. On Twitch, we can be found at wandering_gamer_network, and you can follow us on Twitter at the WGN Podcast. We're also on Facebook and Instagram. The intro and outro music was composed by Caitlin Balgman, who voices Faye in this podcast. All other music is openly licensed or in the public domain. Now, sleeper, it is time to rest. And remember, it is the gods who envy us.